What if the way you think about pain matters more than the pain itself and determines whether you keep moving or slow down?
Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster. Today we're exploring how pain resilience helps you stay active through chronic pain, why it can outweigh fear of movement, and what daily habits build that resilience so you can function with more stability and confidence.
I'm Alara Sky. Chronic pain affects more than 50 million adults in the U.S., and many assume the pain automatically dictates their activity level. Recent research paints a different picture. When resilience is present, people often remain active even with significant discomfort, while fear of movement has weaker influence once resilience is accounted for.
Pain resilience is your capacity to adapt and function while pain is present. It isn't ignoring pain. It's regaining balance after flare-ups, interpreting sensations accurately, and still pursuing meaningful activity. In studies of adults with long-term musculoskeletal pain, higher resilience correlated with greater physical activity, even when pain severity was comparable.
Resilience works like a mental shock absorber. You recognize discomfort, pace yourself, and keep moving. When researchers modeled the links between pain, fear, and activity, resilience partially mediated the relationship, reducing the impact pain had on how much people moved. Fear alone didn't explain behavior once resilience entered the equation.
There were notable differences across groups. Men showed higher resilience and greater activity levels than women after adjusting for age and pain severity. That points to social factors and coping styles rather than biology alone. Frailty also predicted lower activity, but people with higher resilience scores remained more mobile despite frailty, suggesting resilience can buffer decline.
Time with pain matters. Some develop adaptive patterns and report that movement helps them feel more in control. Others drift into a cycle of less movement, weaker muscles, more stiffness, and greater perceived pain. The split is less about today's pain rating and more about how you respond and recover day after day.
So, what defines pain resilience in practical terms? Interviews with people living with chronic pain identified 5 components: emotional self-regulation, psychological flexibility, self-care behaviors, religion and spirituality, and internal strengths like optimism, persistence, problem-solving, and confidence. Together, these provide a blueprint for staying engaged with life.
Emotional self-regulation means controlling your reactions instead of letting pain drive them. When discomfort spikes, resilient people pause, breathe, acknowledge, and shift focus. Psychological flexibility is adjusting expectations and goals to what's possible now, staying connected to what matters rather than fixating on what's changed.
Self-care here means deliberate choices that support stability using physical, psychological, medical, and complementary strategies you can implement on your own. People tailor daily routines to manage pain and enhance coping. Religion and spirituality, prayer, meditation, gratitude, offer structure, endurance, and a framework for acceptance during uncertainty.
Internal strengths tie the system together. Optimism, persistence, problem-solving, and self-confidence help you apply past experience and learn new approaches. Many participants described willingness to learn, independence, decision-making power, trust, forgiveness, determination, and strength as essential to tolerating pain while staying engaged.
Social support plays a clear role. Resilient individuals accept help without feeling helpless. Strong relationships and communication skills reduce stress and loneliness, making daily challenges more manageable. The pattern that emerges is a balanced independence, asking for targeted support while continuing to steer your own plan.
Translating this into action starts with energy. Increasing healthy carbohydrates is recommended as a primary fuel to support cellular repair and reduce reactive oxygen species compared to fat as fuel. Most adults require around 250 grams of healthy carbohydrates daily, emphasizing white rice and whole fruit to provide glucose without overwhelming digestion.
Go slow if your gut is compromised. Fiber and starch feed beneficial and harmful microbes, so Easing in matters. Prioritizing healthy carbohydrates also helps lower cortisol, which, when elevated, accelerates stress and aging. The focus is on healthy carbohydrates, not refined carbs from ultra-processed foods.
Train your brain toward optimism. You can learn to reframe uncertainty by asking whether there's a silver lining, whether a problem can be solved, or whether a truth should be accepted. Practical paths include volunteering or helping others to build meaning and practicing new skills or hobbies to stimulate learning and forward momentum.
Make walking a daily fixture. Consistent physical activity improves sleep, cognition, cardiovascular function, and helps manage chronic pain. Analyses show around 8,000 steps a day dramatically reduce overall mortality and heart disease risk, with major gains when moving from 2,000 to 3,000 steps to 7,000 to 8,000. Benefits continue up to about 12,000 steps, and then plateau for most people.
Quality sleep strengthens resilience. Poor sleep directly increases anxiety symptoms and weakens resilience, while better sleep supports emotional balance and optimism. Practical steps include making your room as dark as possible with blackout curtains or a fitted sleep mask and reducing nighttime electromagnetic exposures by turning off your Wi-Fi router and keeping devices out of the bedroom.
Notice how these strategies reinforce one another. Healthy carbohydrates supply steady energy. Optimism training shapes your response during flare-ups. Walking builds capacity and confidence, and sleep consolidates gains so you handle tomorrow's challenges with more clarity and control.
If you're deciding where to start, pick one domain to strengthen this week. You can audit your carbohydrate intake and begin adding white rice and whole fruit toward that 250-gram target. Schedule a daily walk that brings you closer to 8,000 steps, or set a sleep routine that protects darkness and removes electronics from the bedroom.
Your challenge today is simple and specific. Choose 2 actions from this conversation and implement them for 7 days. Increase healthy carbohydrates toward 250 grams using white rice and whole fruit, and walk enough to approach 8,000 steps daily. Track how your mood, energy, and movement tolerance change across the week. Thank you for watching Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.